Damn. You too. What's going on, man? What's going on, folks? What I got going on? Yeah, we out here making money. What y'all doing? Y'all know the deal. Early bird get the worm. Great morning. Facts. Facts. It's great. It's a great day to make some money. Great day to be alive. You know. Preacher, what's up? DC or D Compton 84, what up? Jerome Jones, what up? Trucking Abdullah, what's going on? Let me see if I'm saying that right. At Defida Boxer, what's going on? Diamond Girl Trucker, what's going on? Can y'all hear me? Make sure the audio good. What up, Eddie? Monday morning, y'all know what's going on. Everybody's slow. But we here. We here, most definitely. First time I'm doing this joint off my phone. Look crazy. Diesel the Trucker, what's up? Delivering this frozen load to Cisco and Suffolk, Virginia. Okay. You around the way. Been rolling in mountains the entire trip, so I'm late for the appointment. Where'd you pick it up from? Sound like you came through West Virginia or something. Yeah, volumes were pretty low last week. I don't think so. I guess it depends where you at. I really don't know. It's been pretty decent over here. Pretty decent over here. But we got 13 people in the building. Pretty sure more people will come out. Let me go ahead and share the video right quick so we can get going. Shit. What up? What up, Waymaker? Oh, you got it from Tacoma, Washington. Oh man. Ooh. Yeah, I used to live out there in Tacoma a long time ago, back in 2015. Nice area. Hardstoner, what's up? Cincinnati was low for van freight compared to where it's been. Oh, okay. It's probably just a correction. You know, it's gonna have some volume down from time to time. You know, but it's still gonna level out. You know, but I'm gonna go ahead and begin. You know, I'm gonna throw this quote out here. Maybe y'all understand it. Maybe some of y'all won't. But I'm gonna just throw this quote out here that I heard, and just have you thinking and whatnot. But can I get a sound check right quick? Make sure y'all can hear me before I start talking. Sound good? Okay. Jamie Reed, you saw one of my trailers. Okay. Nah, you saw the blue truck in PA. It could have been me. I was up there messing around. Or you might have seen the other guy. He got a similar truck like me, but he got a T660, a blue one. But y'all gonna start seeing them because I'm growing. Well, you're gonna start seeing some of my drivers if you come on this side. Salute. Okay. The Great Freight. What's going on, man? Good combo. Good combo. Very clear checking in. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna throw this quote out here, man, that I heard, and I think y'all should. Some of y'all might get it, some of y'all won't. But 20 years later, nobody's gonna care what you drove in 2021. I'm gonna say that again. Nobody cares 20 years later what you drove, what kind of car you drove in 2021. Now this might go over some of y'all's head a little bit, but let me explain a little bit more. Pretty much what I'm saying is there's no need for you to go out here and buy all these brand new cars and stuff like that, man. You know, invest your money to make money. You see what I'm saying? Start developing some type of passive income. If it's not going to make you money, then why buy it? I'm just leave that right there. Like I said, some of you might get it, some of you guys won't. But anyways, let me go ahead and throw it out there. This too, I get a lot of emails about the dry vans. I don't have dry vans for rent. I don't have any dry vans. So the emails can stop about dry vans. I don't have dry vans. I'm not even interested in getting dry vans. At this point of time. Just to rent them out. Another thing is mentorships. I'm not at a point right now to do mentorships. Like I said, I'm just too busy right now to do it. I couldn't give you 100% of my time, so there's no need for me to do it right now. But yeah. So let's go ahead and dive into the topic. 26 people in the building. Pretty much, there's a lot of bad information being put out there about trucking authority. You know, I saw a particular live that kind of bothered me a little bit about some information putting out there about a trucking authority. Some of you probably was in the live, but somebody pretty much, I'm gonna explain, but somebody pretty much said that 20%, you pretty much, what they said was, you're pretty much giving up 20% on the trucking authority. I'm like, where do you get this number from? 20%. If you have your own authority, you're giving up 20%. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, that makes no sense. Who's giving up 20% if you have authority? Unless you got dispatcher for 10%, which I don't understand why, but for one truck operation. But they said something about 20% is given away if you have a trucking authority. And I was like, yeah, that's incorrect. Another thing, insurance. $1,500 a month for insurance is good. Somebody threw out there $1,500 a month for insurance is bad. For your first year, you're gonna probably pay between $1,500 to $2,000 a month in insurance, which is good. Y'all know when I got my authority, I was paying $1,940 a month for insurance. If I can do it, y'all should be able to do it too. Then that comes to play with your overhead and whatever you got going on. If you got these truck notes and these trailer notes that's just through the roof, then okay, then we have a problem. But $1,500 a month is not bad. Somebody said $1,500 was a lot for a trucking authority. That's pretty normal. Another thing that kind of bothered me too was there's no point. Somebody said there's no point of getting a trucking authority for a one truck operation. I'm like, why not? Why can't you have an authority with a one truck operation? I need somebody to answer that. You have to. They say you have to be able. You have to grow to have a trucking authority. Yes, it's good to grow with your trucking authority, but I don't see a problem with being a one truck operation with your authority. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Yes, you can get customers with a one truck operation. It's up to you to go get it. Nobody's going to hand it to you. If you want to run the load board with a one truck operation, what's wrong with that? Yeah, there's certain carriers like Amazon, for instance. If you want to take on your truck to Amazon, yeah, you got to have multiple trucks to do that. But I don't see a problem with a one truck operation with authority. I never thought that I was going to grow like the way I did. I would have been perfectly fine with a one truck operation. I just saw the bigger picture. A lot of people come in this game thinking that they can get all these multiple trucks. I had that same mentality too, but mine, like I said, I changed that quick. I didn't want to get involved with getting fleets of trucks. That wasn't my goal. Well, that was my goal intended in the beginning, but that changed quickly. Put it like that. I went the trailer route. I have one truck. I still got one truck, 5 trailers. And it's going pretty well for me. So, yeah, but that was some things pretty much. Those some things that live was kind of weird. I looked at it, I caught the replay, and there was a couple things in it that was thrown out that was just incorrect. A lot of people talk about authorities, never had authority. A lot of people talk about authorities, had it, and lost it. And then they go back and say, they try to put it out there like, oh, it didn't work out for me. So they pretty much try to say it's not going to work out for nobody else. Not everybody's going to be built to, not everybody wants to deal with paperwork. I get it. It's not really that bad. I mean, yes, you got to stay compliant and all that. But I say this to say this. If you want to grow, be a one truck operation for that year. So you can understand what you're talking about when you're trying to grow, to present to these drivers. You got to stay in compliant. You can't have drivers out here running buck wild with with bad logs and stuff like that. You got to make sure you're doing your IFTA and stuff, all that kind of stuff. But you'll learn that in your 1 year. There's no need to rush. I get it. Everybody want to get authority, grow, have this fleet, so on, so on, so on. Yeah, that time will come. But you have to understand what you're doing first. Being a business owner, paperwork, payroll, taxes and stuff like that. You have to understand that stuff. You don't want to be out here, behind on taxes, behind on your quarterly IFTA, not being compliant, because you're going to get jammed up real quick. DOT will be coming for you. You might get away for a couple months, but they coming, most definitely. If you want to out here run, just do whatever you want to do. A lot of people get authorities for the name, the title. It's just to say your own boss. Yeah, that's cool and all though, but you still got to follow certain rules, to keep that authority active. But there's a lot of bad information being put out here for authority. A lot of negative stuff to deteriorate people from getting authority. Authority can be a great tool or a great way, for you to level up. But you have to do your research. I can only tell you but so much. I can't hold your hand on authority, or any other YouTuber. You're going to have to do your own research. You're going to have to figure out certain things for your business. My business structure might not be the same as yours. So you're going to have to take a page from my book and put into your business, or take a page from another YouTuber's book and put into your business. You can't follow exact. I wouldn't say you could follow the exact same way I did it. You could probably get close, because I don't put everything out there. What's this dude doing? He gonna pull up right in the front. But let me see. Oh, y'all coming in with the stuff. I was in that live. Dave was talking about me. I make 10 times their income. Gotta ascribe to these goofies, man. People would rather lease trucks forever than get their own authority and purchase good, affordable equipment. These lease from a company. There's nothing wrong with leasing. I spoke about this too. I did leasing. Other YouTubers did leasing. But you just gotta. Leasing is a good strategy to understand the business side. And I speak about leasing at a certain extent. I don't see leasing as a long-term thing. That's just me, though. Somebody else might see it as a long-term thing. That's all they want to do. But it's very hard and difficult to make moves when you're doing a lease. Another thing I forgot about that a particular guy spoke on. Yes, it is correct. The less expenses coming from the carrier is better. You got to see more of your money. I spoke about that a couple of times too. When you're leased on to a carrier, you're trying to eliminate expenses that the carrier is taking. You understand? Whether it's plates, whether it's getting your own insurance, bobtail, whatever the case may be, getting your own fuel card, stuff like that. You want to eliminate some of those expenses. You want to see more of your money. You probably can get a better deal. Sometimes you can't get a better deal being leased on. Sometimes the carrier might have a better rate, which makes sense to take that, But you got to start doing something, especially if you're trying to get your authority. You got to start, because once you get your authority, there is no carrier helping you out. So you got to start doing some of these things on your own. So that's a great way to learn, I watched that live, and Mr. Evan rarely listens to people and doesn't break down numbers. Josh would never admit that 20% is part of his deductions. Like I said, that particular live kind of made zero sense. That's why I had to speak on it, because it's bad information being put out there about authority. He paying $18K a year for insurance, doesn't realize Josh is paying much as $26K or more for insurance. They work 40 weeks and average $6,500 gross. Yup. If owner truck LLC company lawsuits asking safe you financial house and car. Oh, you got to reword that one, Hardstoner. Realize him, Josh. I start box truck. I use LLC and EIN tax for safe. I'm not understanding what you're talking about, Hardstoner. Truck Amigo, I'm paying 15% plus cargo insurance. You're leased on, so you're getting 85% to the truck, to cargo. That's pretty standard, being leased on. There's different ways. 15% paying cargo. That's pretty depending on what that they charge for cargo, but I don't know what they're charging for cargo, but that's pretty standard. 85% to the truck, paying cargo. Do you need bobtail insurance when you have your own authority? Sometimes bobtail is included into your policy. You got to read your policy. they'll break it down where it's like side marked. Each insurance does it different, like, um, but if it's not, all you gotta do is ask your insurance. Bobtail is not that, it's not costly. It's cheap. It's just, that's just understanding. I did a video about insurance, breaking down the difference between insurance. Bobtail is just pretty much just insurance, whereas you driving that tractor with no load, uh, pretty much for your own personal use. Um, but that's pretty much what Bobtail is. It shouldn't cost that much, you know. But okay, yeah, you leased on. Okay, yeah, that's pretty standard for that cargo insurance in 85-15 split. LLC doesn't protect your assets. If you drive the truck and hit someone, your assets like it's home or liable to be taken if someone else drives for you. Yeah, I'm gonna do a video about that too. LLCs and assets and stuff like that, especially like in my position or what I got going on, taking some of my assets and placing into a holding company. Uh, you know, that's how you protect your assets. If anybody, all this equipment I got under Cool Breeze, lawsuit happens, they can come after my assets. But if you place it into a holding company that can protect some of that stuff for somebody trying to come in after your assets. But you don't get involved with holding. It doesn't make sense. I don't want to get involved with that. You want to talk to your accountant about that though, but it doesn't make sense for you to do that as a one truck operation, in my opinion, depending on how you set up or whatever, how you structure your business is. But that's pretty much what B Smooth is talking about. That LLC does not protect you from your assets. That's another false information that's been put out there too. People, getting LLCs thinking you're protected. That's not correct. That's why it's called limited liability company. It's limited. That boy Robin, what up? I'm scheduled to take my CDL permit. In my meantime, I want to get my feet wet with the box trucks. What do you think about hauling under 10K in a box truck while I wait? What do you think about hauling under 10K? Oh, what are you talking about? The boy Robin. Box truck is not a CDL. Depending on what size box truck you get, there are box trucks that's required a CDL. It's a weight thing. What pushes over from a CDL and non-CDL. I make more money than Josh and Mr. Evan believe. I'm not giving up 20. This situation, I don't know what Mr. Edwin got going on. I don't know his story. But everybody knows Josh's story. He puts it out there. So I'm not going to, Josh is my guy. Good peoples. Like I said, everybody, he's figuring it out. At some point he might want to get his authority, but I just speaking on that particular live, that certain information that was put out there that was incorrect. Like I explained early on, but that just didn't make any sense. I don't know what the guy was talking about. When you get your authority, you're spending, like I said, 20%. I was like, what are you talking about? 20% when you got your authority? What? You're spending 20% when you got your authority, you're doing something totally wrong. And then the whole thing about $1,500 a month for insurance, there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually good, especially as a new authority. I wish I had $1,500 for my first year, but $1,500 a month, you should be good. A lot of people get confused with getting authority that you got to run all across the globe. You don't have to run across the globe when you have your authority. That's not the point of the authority. You should have did all that when you was a company driver and leased on. That's why I tell people to try leasing on, so you know what's going on out here. You don't need to be running across to Washington all the way back to Virginia or whatever. You don't need to be doing that. It's all about the proper steps. Leasing, you do leasing. You're running out here 2 weeks, home, for 2 days. Then you're doing leasing on. You're running out here home every weekend. You get your authority. Now you're trying to figure out how to be home more often, whether it's a couple of days throughout the week. And then you eventually want to get, if you want to get, eventually you want to be home every day. That's something you want to do. But you gotta level up. Every time you grow from leasing to leasing on to authority, you want to limit being out here as much. Okay? That's the proper way of doing things. You don't work backwards. You move forward. There's nothing wrong with leasing on. If you want to lease on, forever, at least get a good amount of percentage and eliminate the expenses coming out from the carrier. Like Be Smooth, for instance. I think Be Smooth, you get 90% to the truck. You got your own equipment. That's a good deal. That's fair. It's not everybody. The authority is not for everybody. I'm not trying to put it out there like everybody got to get authority. It's not for everybody. Okay. There's nothing wrong with leasing on, but at least, like I said, get a good percentage. Where you just out here and also be able to pick your own loads. That should be an option. You don't have to. It shouldn't be an option. In case you're getting dispatched and you want to switch over to book your own loads, because that may be a next step where you might want to get your authority. But there's nothing wrong being leased on. I don't want to put it out there that you got to get your authority to make money and that's not what I'm saying. You pay $18K a year while Mr. Evans paid $26,000 more if they gross $260,000, averaging $6,500 a week, just working 40 weeks out this year. That's another thing. A lot of people don't know numbers. I'm a number guy. I was never good at math. I was good at math when it come to my money, but some of this stuff is common sense too. A lot of people are not good at numbers. I don't know what I don't know what the hiccup is at though, but make it make sense. If somebody coming to me about numbers and I say, they come to me about numbers, I'm gonna explain to them. I'm gonna break it down to them like, yeah, this makes sense. Until otherwise, tell me it doesn't make sense. I've been driving only 5 years. I only run MDPA and J, and sometimes NY. That's a fact. Facts. What's up, Watson? These long hauls overrated. That's another topic too, man. Long hauls and short hauls, man. That's another story. It's cheaper to lease on as some carriers running, but not F2F. They don't get a true 80%. That's why I did a video about that. 80% of what? It's not a real, like you said, it's not a real 80%. You factor in all the stuff coming out that actually bumps you down to like a 65. It's about 65, somewhere around there. And still got to pay maintenance on the trailers. That's a scam. I didn't even know they was paying maintenance on the trailers. That's crazy. But this is not a video. This is not a video about, we're not going to target Josh because he's still, we don't do that, but he's still my guy, good people's, he got to figure it out, it was just certain things that was put on it, and it wasn't from Josh. It was certain things that was put out on that video, and people in the comment section saying some wild stuff, So I'm coming in as a guy with authority, letting you know what it is, exactly what it is. You know, there's some guys on here that got the authority. They'll tell you what it is too. But I understand lanes also. They think I don't make money. They was trying to play me. Nah, they probably ride on you, Brandon, about that because you had that incident with that water, man. Man, you still on hold for that water yet that got rejected, man. I'm leasing that VL trucking out of Illinois at 78%, but it's not a true 78%. Many deductions. We have to do all trailer maintenance. Yeah, man, y'all gotta, we talk about percentages and what's coming out, but nobody talks about what's coming out, what's your fixed expenses, you know. It's never really a true percentage, you know. You might be able to get close, but carriers figure ways to throw out these percentages to make it seem like you winning, or you might be getting good money. But even when I was leased on a Suntech. I was getting 82%. Was it a true 82%? Nah, it wasn't a true. I knew that, you know. But you make do what it do, and you figure a way to level up, which was with authority. Even when I was with Metalark, getting 75% to the truck. Was it a true 75% to the truck? No, I knew that, you know. But like I said, I'd never stayed at none of these places that long, because if I really wanted to get where I wanted to go, I knew I had to get the authority, you know. What up, Dirty? Chill, bro. I mean, it is what it is, Brandon, man. You got caught out there with ejected water, man. So, we going to hold you there forever. We ain't never letting that go. We already know who Brandon is, the guy that got a little rejected water. It is what it is, though. Jay Roos, a lot of times, got aren't cutting the middleman out dealing with brokers. The main reason for authority from people is 100% freedom. Dumb rules by the carrier. Yeah, authority, man. Yeah, it wasn't. The authority for me was more of the freedom. It wasn't really I knew the money was gonna come. It's more of the freedom. Yeah, you get your freedom when you lease. You get a somewhat freedom when you leased on to a carrier. At an extent, but to get that full freedom, it is the authority. There's another thing that another guy told me when I was leased on a Suntech. There was a guy I saw at a shipper. He saw that I was leased on a Suntech, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I used to be leased on a Suntech." And I was like, "Oh yeah, for real." And I asked him, "Did you like it?" He's like, "Yeah, it was pretty cool." And then he said something like, "Yeah, I just went and got my authority." And I asked him, why'd you get your authority? He was like, I just wanted to try it out, and I loved it. He told me, he was like, "Hey, you never know if you're gonna like something if you don't try it, you know." So I tried it, plus with him saying that, plus with, exclamation thoughts, pushing me over the edge, getting it. But I tried it. All this stuff is a risk. Business in general is a risk. But you never gonna know if you like something if you don't try it. You see what I'm saying? If you don't have contracts from shippers, then you're always dealing with the middleman, even with authorities. Some people lease on the carriers having the authorities like Amazon. Yeah, that's facts. But one way to, especially I always reference COVID because COVID was a bad time. This is why I went ahead and got the brokers. Well, that was one of the main reasons why. But I didn't want to limit myself. You know, when that time comes again, that bad, I want to be ready. I'm setting myself up to be ready. It might not happen again, but at least I know I'm ready. 88%, but fixed weekly cost of 500 is really 80% or less, not 88%. They manipulate numbers. Yeah, that's what carriers, a lot of carriers do, you know. What the bigger carriers, you know, they tell you these high numbers, these high percentages, like somebody was throwing out there 98%. I'm like, okay, but what's coming out weekly? And then next thing you know, you got $1,500 coming out weekly. Okay, well, that's not 98%. That's not 98%. What up, TL? I get 88%, then I pay trailer rental and trailer insurance. That's pretty standard. Yeah, as long as you know that's, you know, you're paying a percentage. You know, that carrier's taking 12%. Hold on a second. Hello? All right. All right. 88, yeah, the carrier's taking 12%. That's pretty standard. You pay a trailer rental and you pay trailer insurance. I mean, there's no way to get around that until you get your own equipment. Let me pull in this door right quick. But we got more to talk about. Don't worry, we got more to talk about. But like I said, man, it's a lot of bad information being put out here about people that got, you know, people speaking on authority don't even have authority. Like, how can you speak on something you never did it? That makes zero sense. You know, you might got an idea, but you haven't really experienced it. How can you talk about it? You know, and then putting out that image, that authority is bad because it didn't work out for you. You know, that makes that's deteriorating people from getting authority. Like, why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? But it's getting out of hand. It's getting way out of hand. You know, I might be in people's, some of y'all, I might be in people's lives and y'all won't even know I'm in there. I'll be chilling in the back. I pay attention. I be listening. Just because I don't go live or I don't drop videos don't mean I don't, you know, I don't know what's going on. I do pay attention. You know, but we can talk about anything. We can talk about leasing. We can talk about a lease purchase. We can talk about authority. We can talk about leasing on. We can do it all. We can talk about company driver. We can talk about local company driver. You know, we can talk about all that. Why? Because I did it all. You know, I did it all. Only thing I can't talk about is what I don't know. You know, I don't know nothing about step decks. I'm not going to speak on it because I don't know nothing about it. You know, step decks and stuff like that. I don't know nothing about that stuff. You know, RGN. You know. And it's not a cocky attitude or anything like that. It's just I experienced it. You know. Let me open these doors right quick. telling y'all, man. Y'all want to join? Y'all want to join the winning team, man? You follow people that's actually doing it. You follow people that's actually doing it. You know, you can't really go off with somebody that, used to do it. Because they might, discourage you from doing it. It's starting to get hot out here too, man. Let's get out of here. I'm leasing from Dart. They pay 70%, but also have to pay daily expenses. So I understand what Yellow is talking about. They not paying a true percentage. Yeah, it's all numbers. It's all numbers. They, carriers know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Should I open a trucking business account under sole proprietor or LLC? Definitely LLC, because you definitely be making a lot of money. I had one of my drivers that was a sole proprietor, and I had him. I told him he need to switch up to an LLC. He definitely be making a lot of money. What's going on, Anthony Arnett? I still keep about $4,000 a week after all expenses. Because something bad happens, you don't want all that baggage attached to your social. You're so proud of it. Yeah, that's correct. There's nothing but bad content on trucking on YouTube. Yeah, there's a lot of bad content out here, incorrect information. Y'all see it all the time, man. You can sniff out, bad information. Some people don't know what they're talking about. I'm not gonna speak on, certain things that I never did. I might, reference something, but I'm not gonna go out here and speak about Landstar and their whole network. Because I never worked for Landstar. You can only speak about, the little things. Everybody knows Landstar work off their own load boards. They can't work off the DAT. You're not going to speak on something you don't know what to talk about. Do you see yourself buying a glider or a pre-emission truck in the next few years? I don't know, man. Trucks, I don't know. If the opportunity presents itself, yeah, put it like that. Why the other week you say you net 8K a week, but now it's worse? Y'all crazy. Beast moving, Brandon, y'all crazy, man. Cooley gets a lot of jewelry. Calvin needs to get info HT. Big Green Radio. Yeah, those some good, those are the guys right there, man. I definitely, put a lot of respect on the guys you name, man. They got some good information. I still watch their videos all the time, man. Nobody's above nobody, man. I might take pages from their book and put in my situation. I still watch their videos all the time. Some people drop some good information. And so we need to talk about this one man. Yeah, but see, a lot of people, great freight, a lot of people, you can put out good information and people still don't watch it. A lot of people, they want the drama, that's what they want, man. They want to see people fail. People's views go up when you see people fail. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But if you so caught up in YouTube, that's on you. That's on you. Back of the room, taking notes. One man in the live, S125 has broke his that arm on the DAT board. That's why he was talking with S125. He said what he said. He was actually right. On some of the stuff he was talking about. He knows what he's talking about. It's just, some of y'all guys, y'all might feel like he's a threat, maybe. I don't know. But he knows what he's talking about. Yeah, he might use Uber or Convoy or whatever the case may be, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where he's getting his loads from. He's making money and he's doing what he got to do for his business. That's how he operates. Like I spoke about Uber and Convoy all the time. It's not like that. Uber and Convoy is not like that over here. You might get a hit or miss. Like I caught a lick the other day from Uber. I haven't booked a load from Uber in like a year and some change. But I still look at it and see if they got something, if it's worth me doing, but most of the time it ain't. But it might be wonderful in Texas. But it's different, A lot of people want authority just for the stripes. I have my authority since. I said something about that earlier. One man, people want the title chasing. I dropped a video about title chasing. It's whatever you say, authority, authority is what it is. It's just, you're your own carrier, it just doesn't make sense to get your authority and you don't know what to do with it. Like, I get these emails all the time. And I get emails and, most of the time emails. People get the authority and don't know how to get loads. I'm like, okay, well, you should have known about that before you got the authority. Now you ain't trying to figure it out as you go. You don't want to, that's not how you run a business. You don't want to figure it out as you go. You want to do research before you do something. Everything is a strategic move. I'm not gonna get pieces of equipment and not know what to do with it. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing. %90 versus 80% versus 85% versus 82% versus 80%. You got to learn the good, bad, ugly, and lies, and how some carriers actually come more or less at the same percentage. He's always angry. I don't get it. Yeah, he got a bit of a temper. I don't know what that's about, but it is what it is. He wouldn't even say how long he had authority. Change the time. Yeah, I don't know if I call that. I know I caught bits and pieces of that live, but like I said, I pointed out some disturbing information that was incorrect, and most of the time it was guys that don't have authority. Like, how can you speak on something that you don't have? So we gotta. I had to do the live. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but Easter Sunday got caught up with family and stuff like that. But you can't speak on something you don't have, or speak on something that you had but no longer have. Like, make it make sense. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna start box truck shipping with LLC authority, not sole proprietor. Okay. I'm angry because newbies come in the game, F it up. That's all. That's always gonna be. They got to figure it out, But there's some guys, that we're going to admit it. There's some guys out here that do the cheap freight. I said that in the last video, man. They do it for the low, the $400 a day. Like, that is messing the game up. Let's be honest. One carrier pays 80% to cover everything, and even trail expenses is different. Then F2 Upper pays 80%, but don't cover buy, tail, and charges and trailer usage. Right. I'm doing one man's another live. He said 10 years. He came from being Cooley's live a few weeks ago. I've been trolling him for 2 weeks. It'd be so crazy, man. something up and drop it off. Let's talk about it. Word up. Who helped? Who helped you apply for your authority? Actually, I had a third party do my authority. But when I did my brokerage, I did it by myself. But yeah, my trucking authority, I had a third party. I needed to. I like to see how people do it. Just like if the, I let a third party do it. Once I saw how they did it, I did it myself. What up, lean trucker? There's money made out here. You just got to do your homework, man. There's plenty of money be made out here, man. The money is great freight said, man. The money is unlimited. It's up to you. It's up to you. P79 is a long story. I might have to do a video. I didn't agree with Jeffrey Light on a few things. He said it's bad business to park your truck versus hauling for $1.25 a mile when COVID came out. Oh, y'all saw what I did at COVID? I parked the truck maybe about a week, I think I did. All I did was I had to, with me trying to be home X amount of days throughout the week, I just had to run a little bit further, Like I said, you can park the truck all you want, but at the end of the day, those bills is not stopping, Like I said, I was paying that $19.40 a month on insurance, so stuff like that got to be paid. I just had to run out a little bit more, but we was able to make it work. But the parking the truck thing, I couldn't park the truck for too long. Let's be honest. Truck running strong. We have authority, but Florida's. Yeah, Brandon. We know you haul for convoy, man. You might be a convoy partner or something. I don't know, man. But like I said, man, you still on the hanger for the rejected water load. So we not gonna let that go, buddy. We not gonna let that go. We always gonna know Brandon as the the rejected water guy. I'm talking about mainly about the school in session series. Oh, y'all must be talking about Jeffrey Light. Authority before booking. Look, yeah, man. You'd be surprised. I'm not. I ain't trying to knock nobody. I tell them what it is, but I get some funny emails. About how to find loads when you got the authority. I'm not trying to take a shot at nobody. I'm just saying, like, even when I got my authority, it's like okay, I knew how to get loads. This is why I speak on leasing is not bad. As long as you're not doing it long term. This is why you need to educate yourself before you get your authority. I don't even put out there company to authority because I feel like there's a lot of things you need to learn. You need to learn one thing from company. Yeah, you're an employee, but leasing gives you the opportunity to understand the trucking business side. There is a business side of truck. A lot of people treat this trucking thing like it's not a business. You have to understand the business side. And one thing is good is, especially if you're doing the leasing, find a company that gives you the opportunity to book your own loads. This is going to set you up to win when you get your authority, because you're gonna have to book. You should be able to want to book your own loads when you got your authority. The dispatching thing comes into play later on when you start acquiring assets and stuff like that and drivers. But leasing sets yourself up to win for the authority. Most definitely. Some stuff I don't agree with him, but I take the information as a whole and help myself make a better decision. Yeah, there's gonna be some stuff out there, There's gonna be some stuff out there y'all might not agree. There might be some stuff out there you might not agree with me. It is what it is. I don't know how to book loads myself, but I'm gonna watch YouTube. I got a video about it. There's a video. I dropped a video about dispatching and how I talk to brokers. Now I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna do a video with Great Sage, the Great Freight Sage Logic, from a broker standpoint. We're gonna connect and we're gonna do the video. I did a video doing a dispatching video, how a carrier negotiates with a broker. We'll do one how a broker negotiates to a carrier. I don't mind doing role play videos. I'm just, we can do that. We can do that all day. Please go learn how to book with the carrier before trying to wing it, man. You guys are hurting the industry and rates are doing. Hey, Lee, crazy. Hurting the industry and rates are winging it. Pop the link. Okay, hold on. Let's see. There you go. Oh, hold on. This don't be crazy. There go the link. I can't be on here too much longer, man. It looks like they trying to get me up out of here. Do you consider somebody renting equipment from a carrier, the business owner that don't own anything? Renting from a carrier. If it makes sense, it ain't something crazy. You can't jump from company to authority. Enough said. If you're not booking your loads and understand authority, don't get this. Is why most business crediting companies wants to see. Yup. What up, John DJ? 2 years. Yeah, I had my authority 2 years now. It's 2019, so. But I've been driving since 2016. There you go.
Oh, Lord.
There you go. What's up, man?
What's going on, brother?
Same old,
So I've been listening, if you don't mind me jumping in on some of your things and giving my opinion. I think the problem is when people come in, they get their own, they go from leasing and they go from being getting their own numbers. I think one of the things they need to think of is the potential that they're doing that for. Like once you get your own numbers, your potential is to grow your business and you can go endless with it. From your brokerage to your bringing on trucks, or you can stay a one-man show. It's just knowing where you want to go with it.
Right.
What makes it worth getting it and growing it.
Right.
Or staying, or just keeping it where it's at. And I think that's where people, and the other thing too is we've talked about this all the time, is this industry is huge. It's huge. From bicycles to airplanes to boats. The railroads were built for it. The interstates were built for it. It is a monstrous industry. And the money is out there. It's endless. It's just how hard you want to push. And if you want to gather the information, to learn to where to go with it. But besides that, you're dead on. There's a lot of, I appreciate you having me on. There's a lot of people that it's like, okay, I want to stay leased, and that's fine. Okay, I want to get my own numbers. And when the people say, well, there's no need for a one-man show to run your own numbers. No, there is. It's to learn the system, to learn the career. And then you can decide to stay on that path, or you can decide to expand on that path to make the more money. Either way, it's fine. But like you said, having 1 year running your own numbers and learning the system is going to do nothing but help you. And you're going to make money while you do it. That's the goal.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So you got to, that's like I say, you got to understand what you're doing. A lot of people understand paperwork, staying compliant. That's stuff you can learn within a year. It might take you less, but I think a year is a good, starting point with authority, one truck operation, so you can understand, what you're doing out here. But
Absolutely. And then the other thing too is that what you mentioned is that the 80% or 90%, 82%, and it's funny because it's just like you said, it's like 80% of what? 80% could be great, or 80% can be crap if they're taking on all these other fees. And the other thing too is, if you're going to a carrier, they're not taking 80% from you, you're giving them 20%. So you want to see what you're getting for that 20%.
right,
and if you look at it like, what are you giving me for that 20%? That's where they're going to say, okay, this is what I'm doing for that 20%. But
right.
And then here's another thing: you have the brokerage and you have direct customers. So, do I get 80%? I'm just using simple numbers. 80% of your direct customer freight is probably better than 80% of somebody that's another carrier that's just pulling off the load board. 80% of it, you have direct lanes, right? You have dedicated runs.
Right. Yeah.
So now if I go to when you look at a carrier, just looking at that 80%, math's hard. Nobody likes math, right? So that's why they throw math at you, because they know math's hard. But if you just go sit back and say, hey, what am I getting for the 80%? What do you have to offer me for that 80%? Well, I got dedicated customers. I have direct lanes. Now you're really offering something for the percentage that you're getting. And I don't think I know you do that, but I don't see a lot of guys are coming out and they're just saying, hey, here's my split. But what is there really in there that they're offering for that, taking that, paying that 20% to them?
That's a learning curve, even, like I said, even when I was leased on, I saw what was coming out. So I was trying to figure a way to eliminate that. There's ways to eliminate that, whether it's getting your own tags, whether it's getting your own trailer, and then you make that next step to get your authority. Now you understand what you got to take care of. Insurance and stuff like that. And if you got your own tag, I don't understand why people's, getting tags through the carrier when you can just go to, DMV and get your own tags and pay a one-time fee and pay yearly. Why get a carrier $50, $75, $100 a week on plates?
I think that's the business decision that you need to make, and those are decisions that, because it's easier. I think it's easier for them to say, "You do that for me, give me yours," and that's the problem. It's better for you to learn how to do it yourself. When I ran my own carrier, my own truck, I didn't want the carrier's tags just in case something happened. I wanted to be able to get home on my tags.
You want to be able to make moves. You got to go to another carrier, another company. You don't got your own plates.
Right.
Now you waiting around on them. You waiting on another person. You got to stop waiting on people.
Right. Or they can control you. At that point, they can say, look, we're not letting you, we're pulling your plates, you're fired. Now what do you do? Towing that thing home? What are you doing to get home to make sure that you can get back and immediately get someplace else? I mean, you can drive there from someplace else and lease your truck on someplace else with that plate. Without it, you're stuck waiting for plates. And you don't want to do is limit yourself to that, like you said, to control somebody else.
Yeah, it's controlling. It's very controlling, but it is, you got to start somewhere though, but you just got to start understanding, what's coming out, what can you eliminate, what can you take of your own, it's just learning. It's just a learning curve, but some people just still don't get it, they just don't get it, I'm not, if the carrier's telling me, oh, it's $2,500 for some plates. If I go to DMV and they're telling me, oh, well, if my state it's only $1,500, okay, well, let's go ahead and do the $1,500.
Right, right, and that's I think why we're going to be hooking up and doing some shows together to kind of put out there, and just so everybody knows, I have a CDL and I've had my own carrier. I drove for Landstar. Now I own my own brokerage, and I do over-dimensional freight. That's what I specialize in, and I've done it all the way up. I've had my own truck, my own carrier. Drove locally, so stuff like that. So we hooked up. I was hooked up with him, seeing that his potential with his brokerage and helping him through that. And that's another avenue that people need to go down that brokerage road. I mean, I put my numbers out there, and my video is my first year brokerage on my own. Just the brokerage, I made $212,000 by myself, working from home, no agent. That was me. Second year, I made $282,000, and my accountant's like, you need to spend some money, get some trucks or something. All right. So I then got my trucking, my authority, and I'm having 2 trucks. I made approximately $50,000 on the 20%, but I still made $170,000 with the brokerage. And that's where that brokerage comes in huge, and like you did. And that's another thing that's the secret out there. I believe that the big mega carriers are not wanting to tell you. They got brokerages, and they're feeding everything down from their brokerage to their carriers.
Right.
Because that brokerage supports your carrier. I didn't get my carrier until I had direct freight through my brokerage, because I knew I could feed my trucks with that, and that's what I did. And then I had some drivers, and I do 20-foot tall, 20-foot wide. So one of my drivers left. I didn't get any other drivers, so I just went to the brokerage route. But I think that's the other avenue people are missing out on. Is the potential's unlimited. They just have to learn.
Yeah, they just gotta learn. A lot of people don't know the difference. There's a difference between a freight broker and a freight agent.
Correct.
I did a video about that. You don't have to be a freight broker. You can be an agent of a freight broker. It's just like an owner-operator of a carrier. It's the same thing.
Right.
But people, you don't have to do the back office. Freight agents make great money. This freight agents making $300K a year.
Easily.
Low overhead. Don't have to worry about the back office. None of that stuff. You just out here doing basically sales.
It's unlimited. It's unlimited.
Yeah.
You can have little sub agents working for you.
Exactly.
To the agent, and then to your brokerage. And it's like, how hard do you want to work? How much do you want to push? It's unlimited in what you can technically do with. You're the limit. Your knowledge, your ability, the way you think outside the box is your limit to your brokerage and being an agent.
But it's not really pushed out there like we talked before. It's not really pushed out there. I'm probably like one of the few guys that have a carrier side in a brokerage that talk about it. There's a couple other YouTubers. I think what's her name? The lady that does it, and y'all know what's his name? Ghost. He has one, but he doesn't really talk about it as much. But there's a few people out there that got broker or they agents that have a carrier side too. But I'll start pushing it out there more. We'll do, like I said, we'll do another live.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
To brokerage and agents and whatnot. But yeah, it should be definitely pushed out more. Opportunity, avenue to make more money outside of just being a owner operator.
Right. And I think drivers need to start, like, even if you're a company driver, the mentality that you have as a company driver, or if you drive for, that mentality, you need to be practicing right then and there. Like, you need to be a good driver, not just the driving aspect, but the sales aspect. When you get out of the truck and how you handle problems and stuff. And I see it all the time that drivers seem to miss the point that you're training yourself to handle things properly. Like, everybody seems to say company drivers and all these drivers are the hardest thing to keep, to find good drivers. How hard is it for you to find good drivers?
Yeah, you asking me?
Yeah, it's hard to find good drivers.
It's hard to
right?
find good drivers. There's a few out there, but you gotta do your due diligence and nitpick them. Pick them out for the right one. Sometimes you might get a guy that's you feel that's A1 or 100% good, and next thing you know, he's in the truck or whatever. He's out here, doing wild stuff, and then you're like, man, what is going on? People be lying and stuff, But it's a gamble. Like, you're investing in somebody. Like, if I hire a driver, I'm making an investment. That means
right.
I still have to pay for him to do a drug test. A lot of people don't know that. That's something that won't be talked about. Yeah, I got to pay for the drug test. If it doesn't work out, I lost $70 on the drug test, but it's an investment. It's a few other things that I can't think of, but it's an investment when you're hiring on drivers, owner operators, company drivers, all that. You still gotta use it. You gotta do the same thing as if you were trying to get hired by another company, but you're on the company side or the owner side.
And that's a huge time consumer for a carrier. Trying to find new drivers and driver turnover cost is not. It's more expensive than trying to treat a driver right, and not like we just talked about. You're not looking to, make all the money in the world on a driver. It'd be better for him to stay with you and know your system and make consistent money. And that's where having good drivers and the turnover rate is key to that carrier.
Right on. Good to go. Man. Hold on a second.
But
You go ahead.
so, look, he's already done. So yeah, so that's just why I just with what I'm doing with my show is basically I'm just saying, look, this is what's going on behind the scenes, so everybody kind of knows. This is what's going on from the broker point of view. This is what's going on from the carrier point of view. That way, you can kind of see the big picture. And that's when we got hooked up, and we're going to do some stuff that we can kind of say, okay, here's how you negotiate with a broker. Here's what's going on behind my curtain, and understand how to make more money out there when you do talk to brokers. Because if you can train yourself to talk to a broker, you can absolutely train yourself to talk to a customer. But if you can't, then if you can't learn to work with a broker, you're never going to be able to talk to a customer. Because with a broker, you call C.H. Robinson, what happens? You don't like that broker, you hang up, dial a number again, and somebody else picks up. Well, if you try doing that with a customer, the same traffic manager picks up. Oh, it ain't anybody new. So you just got to learn how to deal with that. So that's some of the stuff I'm going to work. We're going to work together with, and some other stuff. So I don't know if there's any comments. Where the hell Kelly go? But I'm going to jump off here. Thanks for letting tell him thanks for letting me in. I'll shoot him a text message.
All right, y'all, man. Appreciate everybody coming in, man. I got to roll out. Hit the like button. Subscribe. I'll catch y'all later.